So I'm clearly the only one with the talent to do this, so the program you're listening to is full of kind of cool supporting sidekicks and an amazing hero, Eris. Enjoy.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Dungeons and Degenerates. We're at it again, and you guys last time kind of had a weird adventure. You found yourselves trying to help a town called Rose Lake. Got a little sidetracked and decided instead to give the goblins magical weapons and take their stone. Uh, don't know how we got here, but we're here. So you guys go further to investigate and find the stone. It's protected by a giant coral snake that isn't quite right. This snake is leaking some kind of black goo, um, and it's a weird kind of feeling, and it's this goop and just kind of like molting almost. I guess is the best way to say it. It's like its scales are kind of falling off as you're fighting it. But thankfully, you guys are victorious. You guys are heroes. You've won. You've killed this giant snake, and now the goblin's rock is yours to take, which is this clear crystal with a kind of a cloudy substance inside that you don't really know much about. Uh, and right away, one of the best things in D&D, in my opinion, is look, touch. That's a have to. And Curie, thankfully, is a true D&Der. Ran up, grabbed the stone immediately, sending his mind to another place covered in sand. He slowly sunk into the sand, and he was stuck there frozen. And something was happening where his muscles tensed to the point his skin was splitting slowly from his palm where he was touching it up his arm. So the quick thinking of Sia and Eris just decided to throw everything at him. At one point, we threw a knife at him, stabbed him in the elbow, did nothing. It blew up. Probably hurt a lot if he was conscious for it. But thankfully, they decided to take the axe of Roderick, who was currently having a bit of an episode. They took his axe, and with several swings missing, none of them could really bring themselves to do what needed to be done to remove that arm. But finally, Sia, with a natural 20, raises that axe above her head and swings it down with great force, lopping his arm clean off from the shoulder, getting rid of what looks to be all the infection as he falls backwards away from the crystal laying there. And we ended with Roderick waking up to seeing this. He sees his friend laying there, missing an arm, drenched in blood. Axe in the hands of Sia, axe drenched in blood. And Curie is just taking a little cat nap. So that's where we're starting. There you go, guys. Have fun.
Apply pressure!
What the hell is going on? I don't even know what the fuck is happening.
Do you have a healing potion?
No!
I do. I have a healing potion. I do.
Shove it in his mouth!
Oh my god, what the hell is going on? Well,
Right.
why do you have my axe?
I'm gonna run over. I'm gonna throw the healing, like toss it over to Eric.
You're right beside him. You're right beside him. You lopped his arm off. You're right there.
Oh, okay. Fair. Then I'm just gonna put the axe down for a second and like just drop it basically and just run over.
Okay.
I don't think I want the axe anymore. Luckily, I got spare.
Oh, that was the nice one too. You have your old one at home.
I don't think I want that one. I'll just take the spare. Jesus Christ.
So let's start with Eris. We need you to do a medicine check to see how well you can stop the bleeding.
No. Please roll good, because I suck. Ooh, that fell. Fuck. Natural 20! It like just scooted across
All
my
right.
fucking table.
You know for a fact how to kind of do this. It's in a really awkward position, so it's difficult. But you're able to kind of like loop, like you take off his belt and you loop it around the nub of his shoulder and almost around his neck and cinch it as tight as you can. It creates the best tourniquet you can, as well as just pushing your hands against the wound. He is still bleeding because, again, he's lost an arm, but it's not as bad as it could be right now.
I'm shoving my cloak in the bloody areas.
Yeah, that stops it even more. You're really starting to soak up the blood and impact it pretty well. I guess let's let Sia go ahead and roll for health. Let's see how much health you give him.
3.
Okay. You have 3 health. You don't need to worry about that right now. You are still unconscious, though. You have not woken up.
Do I have anything in my fucking inventory? No, I just have a fucking dagger.
I'm gonna run over to the side and just throw up real quick.
Yeah, okay.
Cauterize the
Too much.
wound! In my head, I'm like, I don't want.
You're like screaming at yourself at this point.
Oh my god. Roderick! Bring your axe over here. Grab it, pick it up, bring it over here.
Finish him.
Just kill him. He's not gonna make it. Take his head off.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Hurry the fuck up!
Fine. Jesus Christ. What do you want me to do?
Just hold it, and I'm gonna do like with the fucking wounds, like pushing it in, and I'm gonna just start heating up his axe with my fucking flame.
Oh boy, yeah. It takes a minute, but it starts to work because it takes a second to heat the blade up to enough to where it's gonna like actually do damage to him. It will hurt him, of course, but
oh no! Fuck!
You press the axe to it and start heating it up, and your hands are all over it, just like pressing against it, producing flame, and eventually you can start to smell burning flesh as it is in fact cauterizing the wound.
I was gonna heat up the blade before I pressed it.
Either way, it's still
like,
pretty fucking gross, and it fills this room with the smell of burning flesh.
Okay, that's good enough. Go away. Take it away.
No. If you want it done, you have to do it right.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Obviously, I don't know what I'm doing either. But obviously,
you're stupid, but so am I.
Oh no.
Okay. But the blood flow is mostly stopped.
Okay, that's good enough.
Yeah, it did a pretty good job. It looks gruesome. I'm
covering it up. I don't want to look at it.
Yeah, it looks almost like just a really underdone steak. Like you threw that bitch on the grill for like 30 seconds. You're like, nah, it's good. That's not good. You cook it.
Someone
idiot.
go get a goblin. Go get a healer.
There could be goblin healers. I mean,
I'm gonna check him and see if he has healing potions on him.
Does he have any healing potions?
Not anymore. I just used the last one for the black goo.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you drank it and then Jesus, yeah, that's bad timing. Wow.
Oh no. Someone go try and get back to the goblin.
That would require us climbing up. Like, we can only go up.
Well, obviously we fell in a pit. Maybe there's another exit.
Upon looking at the exit, you see that there are two doors. There are two paths, which, because you're not complete idiots, you can assume one of them is the one that leads to the bottom of the pit, and the other one is the path that leads if you didn't fall in a pit.
Run! Go get a fucking healer.
Roger, go get a healer.
The stubbiest legs.
Jump over the fucking pit. No.
I'm gonna go run. We're gonna start running.
Are you going left or right? Because one of them again goes towards the bottom of the pit, and one is towards the top.
I want to go the one towards the top.
Go ahead and roll me a history check with advantage, because I don't even know if you paid attention, because you just now realized there were two doors. You don't know which one you really came out of, so let's see.
Thank God, a 17.
You know that you came out of the right one. You're almost positive you came out of the right one, and you're going to go left. So
yeah, I'm going to go left, though.
You start sprinting, which is using your full action to dash. So I think you move 30 feet normally, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you can now move 60 feet. You can move 60 feet every 6 seconds, essentially. You were hauling ass. Just gone. So you're gone. You two are standing there. You've covered his wound.
I'm gonna take my water skin and pour some water to try and clean it. Or I'll clean it with my prestidigitation.
That magical cleaning would probably be better than just water from who knows where you got it.
Prestidigitation on it.
Well,
so.
I don't really know what that would do for burned wounds.
Well, it just says clean an area.
Okay, so you can see like there was some gravel in the wound. The gravel's gone.
That's dry blood's gone.
Yeah. There's you can tell there's still a little bit of fresh blood trickling out, but it's like you scratched your leg. It's not like his arm's gone. It's like he's gonna bleed a little bit no matter what. You want to check his pulse?
I'm gonna check his pulse.
All right, do a medicine check.
Oh, 20. Not natural though.
He has a pulse, but his heart is racing. It's dangerously fast. He might be having a heart attack. Like, the trauma of everything, his heart is pounding. I mean, it is...
How do I... Oh, no. Hold on. Can I do anything? Fuck, I don't think I can.
I wake up to my buddy's arm off and my ox bloodied. Did I get roofied?
No.
Did I get roofied? Roderick went back home, had an experience of trying to murder his, like, uncle, and his minus date rape. I got date raped.
Do you have anything that can calm him down, Roderick? I don't know what anything you do, but please.
I mean, his heart is pounding.
Let me double check.
And while you double check, so you're running down these corridors, and you realize that if you guys would have made it past, it would have been a really smooth walk. Like, it's basically a straight line after maybe 200 feet, opposed to when you fell down, it was a winding path left and right. It took you a lot longer to get here. So you're at the pit, and how do you plan on getting over this pit? It's about, it's probably a little over 10 feet, this pit.
And if I were to jump, it's an acrobatics check, right?
So if you do a long jump, which is a... Let me read it off exactly. Long jump. Move 10 plus feet and jump the number of feet to your strength score. When you're making a standing long jump, you can leap only half that distance. So if you sprint, what is your strength score?
12.
So you can jump 12 feet with a run of 10 feet or more. So you can actually make this jump. So you just keep sprinting, and you can just leap the entire thing if you'd like.
I want to do that.
Okay, I'm going to give you the opportunity to do something. You're so amped up. Roll me an acrobatics check. There's no negative to it. I'm going to let you know right now. There's no chance of you dying.
That's an 11.
Nah, you just do a cool leap. You jumped. But you've made it over the pit, and not long after that, you were sprinting full speed, just pounding away. Your legs are already sore, probably. You make it to the water that you remember that you have to swim, probably about 30 feet, you know. So you can just dive under and keep hauling ass that way. You basically have a straight shot now. You remember the way back. Once you get there, I don't know who you're going to talk to and be like, Goblin Healer! I don't know. So
Should I mock them like that? Can I do that?
You can try it, yeah. So while you're sprinting back, what is Group A doing with their newly limbless buddy?
I don't have anything. All I have is gear, and that's about it.
Okay.
You know.
Eris is just gonna try and be calm and just maybe be I don't know, pet his head. I don't know. How do you fucking keep someone calm while they're having a heart attack?
Yeah, you're on your knees and his head is in your lap, and you're just rubbing your hands through his hair you're gonna be fine, you're gonna be fine, you're gonna be fine. Your heart's also pounding, you might be dying too. It's a mess. It's not a good situation for anyone.
Oh no.
Is there anything else you'd guys like to try? We just went over this. It's necrotic damage. Do not use necrotic damage on a sleeping person. Here, let me just grab your heart. That'll calm it down. Let me send my hand into your chest.
There's fucking nothing.
And then rip it out.
And then rip it out. Is there anything you guys would like to do in the meantime around him? Or are you just trying to be comforting to the man with no arm?
Just Syrian.
Okay.
I do want to do a perception check to make sure there's no one trying to sneak up on us.
All right, roll me a perception check.
Alright. I got a 13.
You're looking around, and you don't really see anybody around. But you notice where he's fallen is... no one's noticed this because it's been such chaos so quickly. He's laying in a big pool of the black goo from the snake. He's just laying in it.
I am going to pick him up and move him.
So he's currently, his head is in the lap of Eris.
Does that mean Eris
and
is
Eris is kneeling in it.
What?
All right, everybody, get up, move, get out of that fucking night.
You quickly do this. So he's laying in a pretty big puddle of it. You're gonna have to step in the puddle to move him, if that's what you'd like to do.
I would like to let me see something. I would like to lay my ox. I would like to lay the head of my ox to where I can stand on it, and I would be off the black goo and be able to pick him up.
Fair enough. You place it down next to him and kind of like hop onto it. He is, since you could easily lift him on a normal basis, because he is like just dead weight at this point. He's not dead, but because he's like dead weight, I need to do an actual strength check to pick him up because he's so awkward now. He's just like loose and just blah.
All right. Luckily, and I'm still. I'm going to rage, so I have an advantage on.
Okay. That's your last one for the day, then, right?
Nope, I have 3.
Oh, okay.
Because so I have 1 more.
Cool. Good deal.
All right. So
it's not a terrible idea, because if you drop him right now, it might just break his little neck.
I got a 17, and let's
That's
see.
enough. That's enough. You reach down, and you have to grab him. You can't be super ginger with him right now, unfortunately, just because if you scoop him, your hands are in the goo. His whole backside, like his hair is matted with it. His whole back is covered with it. So you basically just have to grab him by his clothes and deadlift him straight up towards your chest, and then walk him over. He's still going to be in the goo because it's all over his back. There's no real way of getting around it now. But
Presentation.
Gone.
Presentation on me.
Gone. You grab him and you move him over there and you lay him down in a clean spot away from the kind of tar-like substance. But it's not a very gentle thing. You pick him up by like you grab like one shirt, like your left hand grabs like his collar, and you lift him up, and then you grab by the pant leg and lift just up. His leg dangles, his good arm, his only arm hangs, and it kind of has to drag across the ground because you're not tall enough to get him completely off the ground. So he's kind of dragging, but you do it in a way that's not gonna hurt him. It just doesn't look good. It looks like you're just ragdolling your dead friend. It looks fucked up. Anything else from you two while
just praying.
All right. What are you praying right now? What are you saying to him?
Syrian, please don't allow us to get infected by whatever this goo is. Please keep my friend safe. Don't let him die. Please keep me safe. Yeah, I'm just repeating that over and over again.
Okay, just roll me a d20. Just nothing added. Just d20.
10. Fuck.
Okay, yeah. You keep on praying. So we'll go over to Sia now. Sia, so you are just now entering the area where the caves start to kind of like bellow open and it starts to like spread. And just probably another 50 feet after that, you can start to see the fires and the small community, not small, I guess, the community of underground dwellers here. So now that you're here, what would you like to do exactly?
I'm going to sprint until I see anybody.
There's a lot of people here. You're at the edge of the town. There's
so
hundreds.
I'm going to sprint in. Help! Somebody, healers, doctors, anybody know how to heal or do something?
You're walking and you're like, help, please, we need help. Not a single person turns towards you. Not a single creature down here seems to have any desire to listen.
The snake is dead, but we need help.
A few people definitely turn towards you now, and they're looking over, and this little goblin walks up and goes, You've killed the snake?
Yes, the snake's dead, but one of our friends, he's really hurt and his arm's off and he's bleeding, and we just need someone to help heal her, like a doctor, just anybody.
Yes, I know a doctor. I can help. Hold here. And he goes running into the thing, and as he's running, he's going, They've killed the snake. If the snake is dead, we are safe. We are free. And they're sprinting, and you hear some of them going, yeah, as like cheers. This like, it's not quiet because just anyone that lives under here is kind of annoying anyway. But it goes from like just mindless chatter you hear to cheers of the snake is dead, the snake is dead. It is echoing all throughout here, almost deafeningly so. It's so loud it does like reverberate from the walls back in, and it's just like this loop of just chanting the snake is dead, the snake is dead. And after probably about let's say about a minute, you're just standing there like pacing back and forth, panicking, your heart's racing. The same goblin comes back holding a stethoscope. He goes, "I'm ready, let's go, I can help."
But he's bleeding out. Do you have anything else? Anything to help him?
Oh no, I don't. It's not his lungs. He breathes fine.
No, he breathes fine.
I can't
It's
help.
just,
And he walks away.
I need a doctor.
Fuck. Do I see any sheets or anything that they have lying around tarp or anything?
Give me a perception check, or give me an investigation check. You're looking for something specific.
If you find it, I wouldn't touch it.
Definitely covered in piss. Everything's covered in piss here.
I get a 2 anyway, doesn't matter.
Yeah, no, you're looking around, and you see a lot of, like, rags and things like that. I'm guessing you were trying to make, like, a stretcher almost? Is that what the plan was? Yeah. You see a lot of things. Most of them you see look like they have to be diseased. And if you put him on it, it's probably worse for him than just dragging him. Like, that's bad. That has something growing on it, and it's winking at you. That fungus is alive and sentient now. It's so disgusting. Don't touch it.
The one that was going to make the magical objects for you is dying. We need help, or there's no magical items.
And you see a bunch of them still like they didn't know about the magical items. They don't give a shit. But you see there's a little crowd parting, and again it's 90% goblins here. It's a lot of goblins, and you see one little black hat running towards you. And it's a little top hat, and you can't see the goblin yet, but you see the hat first. And then he pushes his way through guys like,
My magic! Where are my magic weapons?
The one that's going to make the magical weapons, he's dying. We need help. We need to make it so he doesn't die, or you guys don't get weapons.
We need our weapons! Okay, hold on!
And he runs back into the crowd, and about 30 seconds later, he comes back with a different goblin, but they all look alike, to be fair. And he goes, a little bit. And he goes,
This one! He is our smartest! He invents things, he can help!
Okay, awesome. Yeah, we got to go back in the tunnels then. We gotta help him.
The other one goes, yeah, let's go.
Okay, I'm gonna start sprinting. Or should I not? Should I jog? I don't.
Whoa!
He can keep up mostly.
Okay.
You sprint and you get like a little bit ahead of him, and then you stop for a second. You're like, and then sprint again. It's kind of nice that you have a few moments to kind of like relax. So you guys are back, just sitting there, and you're still just like basically just petting him, just like, please, just, Syrian, just don't let him die. Don't let us get infected. And Roderick's just standing over there, just like, well, he's dead. Like, you're all just staring at him, not sure what's happening.
You said it was all over his.
No, she prestidigitationed it, so it's his back is clean, she's clean.
I'm gonna pick his ass up and I'm gonna start carrying him to trying to carry him back.
Okay. So are you going to take the left or the right path?
The left.
Okay. So you walk over there and you scoop your arms up under him, and now you can do it just fine because again he's a lot easier to carry this way. You go and you scoop him up from basically Eris's lap and start to carry him. It's definitely an awkward thing because since you're holding him long ways now, like fireman's carry, you have to walk sideways or you're just scraping his legs and knees against the wall. Like it's pretty tight right here. So
Yeah.
it's a slow process. And after probably about 5 minutes of this, you are arriving at the pit. And on the other side of the pit is Sia and a little goblin.
Help!
All right, I got him here. Let's get him back alive.
But we're gonna have to get him either over the pit or they're gonna have to come over the pit. We're dead. He's dead. We're dead.
Do you not have any faith?
I've been praying this whole time.
Obviously not. All right. Let's get this going.
Okay, so you're both standing on either side. You have 3 people with, well, you have 2 people with Curie, and Curie's asleep. And you have Sia and a little goblin that's just like, what's up? Like, just kind of chilling on the other side. How are you guys getting across? What's the plan?
Is he like small?
Who? The goblin?
Yeah.
Yeah, the goblin's,
Chunk him?
about 3 feet. I mean, he's
3
about,
feet,
yeah,
okay.
he's a pretty little dude. They're all kind of small.
Okay.
They have like little bodies and very large disproportionate heads. Like their heads are little bowling balls and their bodies like just like little things.
Oh, God.
So hypothetically, if he was on my back, would I still be able to make it, or would I have disadvantage, or whatever?
You'd have to
Make
roll
it
for it instead of just being able
Okay.
to make it.
Let's back up and give her room.
Actually, he's pretty a small guy. He's not wearing any gear. Weight-wise, he's probably like maybe 40 pounds. And I'm almost positive that's not over your carrying capacity. So yeah, he's small enough. You could probably wear him like a backpack. Like I wouldn't disadvantage you or nothing. You just jump it.
All right, get on my back, and I'll get us across.
Got it. God, you have a warm back.
Oh, thanks.
It's really
gonna-
sweaty.
I've been running. I'm gonna jump
I know.
over.
It's kind of nice.
Oh,
I like the moisture.
can I just jump?
Yeah, you run back maybe like 15 feet and then sprint towards it, jump. You land with about 2 feet clearance. You're fine. And as you land, he goes, "Nice ride."
Okay, now help my friend, please.
No,
Like-
yeah, just lay him down.
All right, I'll lay him down.
Okay. And after he's like clear, because the mayor didn't come, you see him take a ring off, and he turns into a person. He's like, all right, let me see what I'm doing here. Okay, so what happened to his arm?
She cut it off. We had to cut it off.
You cut his arm off and then came to save him? Like, why not just kill him the rest of the way? I don't get it.
He's our friend. He touched the stone and then he started, like, the stone was like breaking his arm or something, and so we had to cut it
He was
off.
burning.
Oh, so he touched that weird crystal, started burning, and you cut his arm off at the shoulder? Jesus Christ, that's pretty fucked up. Why not the wrist?
Because it was spreading, so we had to like cut it off so it wouldn't spread.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, you've cauterized the wound. Let me see. And he puts his fingers to Curie's throat. He goes, "Yeah, his heart's pounding. He's not doing good. Shit. There's not a whole lot I can do. I can help you guys get across, and if you find an actual healer, he can probably sustain him. But I don't know." And in that moment, Curie's eyes shoot open. He goes, and you're awake.
Hey, we're so glad to be out of the sand. Why am I
Yeah.
not?
Kitty?
Right arm itches. Why can't I feel? Oh, it's not there.
Oh god. We need to get him
Kitty?
out. We need to get him out of
Where's
here.
Kitty,
my arm?
Kitty, no, you are not going back for your fucking arm. We are leaving this fucking hellhole.
Wait,
Also, just so
Why-
you're aware, first of all, just out of game, you have full health, and you actually don't hurt at all. Like, you're very aware your arm is missing, which might be mentally harmful, but physically, it doesn't hurt at all. It feels fine.
what about spell slots?
No, those are still gone.
Hey, Roderick, I'm more concerned on why we would have to go back for my arm. Why is it not attached?
We had to cut it off
Why?
because you were dying.
It looked like you were fucking dying.
The once goblin, now man, standing there goes, "Well, I guess my job is done." And he puts the ring back on, and he climbs back on Sia's back. Let's do this.
I'm gonna jump over real quick.
And he hops off. He says, "Thanks for the ride, Toots." He just walks
I'm gonna
away.
jump back. So annoyed.
Okay, so at this point, everyone, again, how the way long jump works is with a 10-foot plus run, you're able to jump your strength score. So everyone, what is your strength score?
13.
You can clear it.
13.
You can clear it.
11.
You can clear it. It's a little
Oh.
closer for you because it's a 10-foot gap. You land and your heels are like on the edge, like, oh my god, and then you step forward and you're fine.
Let's go.
Yeah, you guys have all made it.
Syrian is good.
You're like clutching your amulet, like, oh, thanks.
All right, so we need to get out of here as soon as possible, or try to talk to the goblins and make some sort of deal with in the meantime, because they're fully expecting magical weapons.
You're gonna act
Uh,
unconscious when we're running through, so that we can be like, we're taking up to a doctor.
And what about that goblin that turned into a human?
Yeah, you guys didn't seem phased by that.
I don't really care right now.
That's fair.
Hey, I'm more or less confused about the whole thing. That was one hell of a growth spurt, and then he just reverted.
Eris is walking. She's not just sitting at this. She's just going.
Oh no, we're walking.
Yeah,
Of
I
course
imagine
we're
this conversation
walking.
was happening while you're walking.
Okay,
'Cause you
I
have
thought
quite
we
a
were just sitting at the
you have
one thing.
no, you
No,
have
no,
a pretty
no,
decent
we're-
walk ahead of you.
No,
but again,
we had a full spread set out. We had a campfire. We had food.
no, overall,
With this
again,
group, I wouldn't.
Kiri feels
anything less.
pretty good, so he doesn't really need help walking. You're more than capable of getting yourself there. You feel fine. You actually feel like you just had a really nice nap. Like you feel rested.
Yeah. Kiri's more just kind of in shock about not having an arm anymore.
Yeah, that'd be weird. You touched something. You ended up in sand. You woke up, no arm. It's weird.
You were also laying in a pool of that black tar crap,
Oh.
blood, whatever. I don't know if that had something to do with it, but there's that.
Mm.
I think
Let's not
right
talk
now,
about it.
probably we can come back to take care of the goblins. I mean, I don't know. I don't think we should take care of them right now.
So, blow up the cave. Got it.
No.
What?
We have other ways of getting out. Oh, you.
Fine. We'll find some gasoline, put it on the boulder, let it go down the hall, let it catch on fire, then set all the traps on fire too.
Oh my god.
I don't like those fuckers, alright?
Fair, yeah. No, I think we should just take like maybe a day to sit on this. I mean, Curie just lost an arm. Might not be the best approach for us to be trying to really do anything right now.
Yeah, we're one arm down. Let's go.
Oh yeah, this is gonna be a great conversation for Alton.
We're
Oh,
one
God.
arm down. Let's go.
All right, so I say, Curie, just act like you play dead. Maybe pass out, so we can get you out of there without them wanting magical items, which we can't give
Weird.
them.
I can do that.
Fine, I'll fire him and carry him.
All right.
Okay, so you guys are just like heading back, gonna pretend like he's real fucked up.
I
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, that works just fine. Go ahead, and I guess just you can carry him, no problem. I guess, Kiri, just give me a performance check to see how convincing you are dead. It's hard to tell if someone is or is not asleep.
He draws X's over his eyes.
Did I get advantage?
I doubt you need it. Like,
I need it.
what did you roll?
6.
You're fine. Like, it's literally like to see how, like, now it's like if they come up and like stare at you, they might catch you. But if you just walk past, you're fine. It's like nothing to it. So yeah, so you scoop them up into your arms and start walking away, and You end up walking through, and as soon as you get back, because you have to go through the water, so you don't scoop it for a minute. But you're walking through, you finally go, and you get to the edge, and you pick him up, and the mayor in his little top hat sitting there going,
No, the magic man! But I need the magic!
We need to get him fixed first before he can get you magic.
Okay, but my magic! I don't... No, he cannot leave without my magic.
We
He'll
need to get him
die if
help.
we don't take him out.
He will die if you try to take him.
But if he's dead, he can't give you magic. You
But if he
understand
leaves, he
that,
can't
right?
give us magic.
We'll
We're
come
coming
back.
back.
I don't know if I believe you.
We
So
still
to
haven't
convince
even
me,
got the stone.
How about this? How about we promise to come back when he's better to give you magic, as long as you leave the town away for now. Just leave him alone. Just
The
don't bother
town?
him.
What town?
Rose Lake.
Oh no, we don't bother Rose Lake.
Oh, okay.
So we'll come back as long as you don't mess with Rose Lake. We
Well,
will come back to give you magic once he's
I
better.
mean, I can't speak for everybody. I know bother Rose Lake. You
Okay,
see,
well,
we have bad gang problem.
Yeah,
Okay.
what?
Gang, we have a bad gang problem.
with people from Rose Lake or just
No,
Down
goblins,
here.
goblin gangs. They go and do what they want. We have no police force.
oh. I mean, how many people are in this gang?
I mean, I don't know.
It's probably a lot.
Well, I mean, without him being able to do anything, we can't give you magic. So, I mean, we're gonna have to come back when he's better so we can get you the magical items.
But I don't know if we can trust you. I mean, maybe to persuade me, you should roll persuasion.
Since we're working together, is it?
It's advantage. Everyone's
18.
stories kind of work together. So roll again just with advantage just to give you that natural 20.
Too. Oh, it's even better. 21.
21? Holy fuck, he believes you. To be fair, you needed to do a 12.
Awesome.
He goes, that's my magic. Okay, you leave, you come back and stop Goblin Gang, and then they don't bother Rose Lake, and then you give magic weapons, and you do all that, we're okay.
Okay.
Oh, okay, good
Right.
deal.
And he leads you guys outside. He takes it upon himself to guide you back to the main entrance. And you walk through, and people are like clearing a path for you. Most of them find you all to be like heroes. Like they are like really appreciative that the thing that's hunted them and killed them, this creature that if they go anywhere else in these tunnel systems will eat them, is dead. You've liberated these people, and they are clapping and cheering you like, yeah! And then you see one as you walk by go, I like your back. And you just keep walking. He's a weird guy. He's a weird guy.
So sick. of it.
he's the horse mayor. He's the horse mayor in disguise.
Oh god. So you guys make it back to the surface, and you're seeing sunlight for the first time in hours, and your eyes are burning, and it's really shitty. But the Goblin Mayor stopped at like their little town limits, so you're alone at the surface now. What are you guys gonna do?
Head to Rose Lake. Thank you, Mayor.
Mayor's already gone.
Yeah, we're going.
Okay. You're just talking to nobody. You're having a panic attack. So at this point, you can go if you'd like. You can go ahead and put Curie down because again, you're alone at this point.
All right, wake up. Let's go.
Just drops him on his head, kills him.
So I feel a little racist.
Do I feel a little worried?
Oh, do you?
What was the question?
All right. I don't know,
Well,
but
no, I
what are we
feel-
gonna do now?
I'm a little confused here. So, are you calling me a racist?
No, I feel racist.
Oh, why?
Well, there was a
Goblins
gang
are
problem.
assholes?
Well, there was a gang problem. We assumed all these goblins were an issue.
We have a bad
They're
habit
all-
of not talking to people and finding out.
Hey, I told you. I told you goblins are assholes, but they're all assholes.
So you're the racist one.
Oh my god. I
I'm
love.
fine with that.
Kiri's just had his mind taken to another like area. He's been drowned in sand. He woke up, had no arm. He's like, man, I feel like a dick. Like,
I deserve
we
this.
just assumed they're all fucking like little assholes, and they might be, but they're not like criminal assholes.
They're all assholes.
He's having a spiritual awakening.
Okay.
Oh God.
So you're walking away, and you guys are heading back towards Rose Lake. You can figure out what you do once you get there. But as you're going there, Kiri, your arm hurts. Not your shoulder, your arm, the missing arm. You can. It's like if you ever talk to someone who's an amputee or anything, they have a ghost limb where they can
Wait,
almost.
phantom pain?
Yeah, you're feeling it, and you're feeling this like tingling sensation in your fingers, and it's kind of painful. And the more you walk away, the more it's hurting.
I want to stop and start walking back.
You can immediately start to feel the pain subside a little bit as you're leaving the group.
Kitty, what you doing?
There's a problem.
Oh no.
Yeah, you're missing an arm.
That's the new problem that has arisen.
Alright, besides you missing an arm, what is going on? Like,
Pretty big problem.
I mean, I know.
Do you know what phantom pain is?
I've heard of it, but I wouldn't know it because I still have all my limbs.
He's not wrong.
I'm getting that as it gets worse whenever we travel away from the goblins.
Alright, you two go back. Y'all go get help. You're gonna stay outside the cave. I'm gonna go get your and I'm gonna bring it back to you.
Okay, so you are going to do what exactly?
Alright, so he's going to stay away from all the traps and of course, you know, he's gonna stay away from all the secret tunnels or whatever. I'm gonna go down into the cave, go back to the crystal ball, go grab that his arm, bring it back to him, and hopefully that fixes the whole fucking problem.
Okay. So everyone else is staying. He's going back for the arm, right?
Aye.
Okay.
Yeah.
It takes you probably 15 minutes. You guys want to do anything special while you wait for him up top, or are you just kind of chilling?
I want to start get out my little sketchbook for invention
God.
designs.
Okay, you can put the sketchbook on the ground. Alright, that's fine.
In my lap because fuck you. And I want to start drawing a blueprint for a mechanical arm.
Okay. Now roll me a sleight of hand check with disadvantage because you are right-handed and your right arm is gone.
Oh.
14.
You get enough down and it's legible enough that you're like, I can come back to this later. I've got the gist of it down, like, and you're working on it as he's gone. So overall, not awful.
He has to backpack his arm around, like his dead arm.
It's gonna be super weird. But after just a little bit, Roderick, you get that down there, and you see the arm has begun to sprout little black jagged pieces.
Oh.
It's basically just his arm, and there are these black, almost like obsidian black shards that are starting to split his arm and growing out from it.
No.
One response.
What about all the black goo that's on the ground? Is that still all there, or did
Oh
she?
no, it's still there. It still looks like just motor oil essentially.
All right. His arm's just. Is his arm on the ball still, or what? Like, or did it fall to the ground?
No, as soon as they cut it off, it fell off. It disconnected.
Awkward. All right. Can I grab the arm?
Yeah, if you'd like to grab the arm, you can grab it.
All right. I'm going to grab it cautiously.
Okay. You reach down, and as you're about to make contact with it, you see the entire thing make a fist. And it moves. His entire arm moves. And about this time, at the surface, you feel your hand kind of hurting.
It's getting worse.
Should we go back?
I don't know. Someone probably should have gone with him just in case. You don't know what we're dealing with.
I'll go. Maybe we'll all just sit out by the entrance. I don't know. I'm gonna go ahead and go back in.
Maybe not, just in case the goblins or whatever.
If they see me awake, they're not gonna be happy that we lied to them.
Yeah.
Okay, so just Eris is going back?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're walking back, and while you're doing that, so down in the cave again, you're like looking at the hand, and it starts to like try to use its fingers to crawl away, and as it does, you see this like piece of its arm like spit blood. It spews blood for a moment, and you see a crystal, like the same like little black obsidian shard, comes spurting out of it as it just shoots one out, and it's still happening. Like its hand is still being like just kind of desecrated, like just ripped apart by this crystal within this like obsidian shards.
So is it just so the arm itself is growing crystals?
Yeah, there's little, not necessarily crystals, there's little shards that are like black
Shards.
obsidian shards, just pointing, like ripping through the skin, like coming from within.
So if I try to pick it up, screw it, I'm gonna try to pick it up.
Okay. Okay, so you go back for it, and you just grab it now, and you pick it up, and it's kind of like its fingers are like kind of like moving in its hand, or in your hand, and you can feel as you're holding it, the muscles in the arm are still tensing and flexing, like trying to like move. Go ahead and
Boy.
let's see what this would be. Just give me a, I guess it's just a Constitution saving throw. That makes sense.
Right. Okay, well, cool, because Constitution is.
Nah, probably
+4.
Dex actually. Sorry.
Oh,
That makes
damn
sense.
it! Damn it!
Yeah.
Why would you do this to me?
Well, I was thinking about it. It doesn't make as much sense.
All right. Fuck. It's an 11.
Okay. So you hold it, and you feel this shard you feel this warm splash in your hand, and then immediately afterwards, one of the shards pokes out and stabs you in the hand. It's not a super bad one since you rolled okay. Let's see if I can get this fucking dice. Let's see how much damage you take. 3 damage.
All right.
Just a quick gotcha real quick.
Okay. So, is that it? Like, I have the hand?
I mean, yeah, you're holding it. It stabbed you, so you can just grab the other place. You got it.
All right, then I'm gonna start taking it back.
Okay. If you continue with holding it, I'm gonna need you to make another dexterity saving throw because it's still sprouting these shards.
Wait, hold on. I am going to take my let me see, hold on. My commoner clothes that I have, and I'm going to rip up the shirt. I'm going to rip up the shirt, and basically tie the arm to it.
Okay, so you're gonna
That
make
way-
like a little rope around it using the shirt.
I
Okay,
yeah.
that's fine. You do just that. You tie the rope, the shirts around it, and it just hangs below you a little bit now. And as you're walking, you see it keeps like squirming and moving. It's not like fast movements; they're all real slow and methodical. But shards keep a little more spurts of blood and more shards. And while you're doing this, about this time, Eris gets over the pit and back to you, and you're just now getting to the pit. And you can see this thing; these black, like obsidian shards, are just jetting out of the arm now.
Not normal.
No, not at all. So we probably should just we'll take this back, see what we can do, but I don't think there's a whole lot we can do.
Yeah, I'm gonna do prestidigitation on the arm.
There's no more blood on it. The shards are still there.
Well, I just want to clean it, maybe.
I
Maybe
mean,
that'll
again,
help.
there's no blood on it. Like there's
Let's just go
its
then.
own blood was basically popping all over it every time. It was just drenched in its own blood.
Okay.
Okay, but you guys head back. You have no problems
Okay.
going back. A couple goblins are like,
Hey, what are you doing back? What's happening?
We had to go get his arm.
Hey, Snake Slayers! Woo!
and they're like real happy to see you guys. But you guys walk through, get back up top. He now has what essentially is your arm covered in weird spikes, on a leash almost, like just dangling below it.
Oh.
Don't say a word. This is weird enough for me as it is. Didn't think I was gonna have a pet arm.
Oh, yeah.
Should we make a stop at the witch's hut? Cause
Does my arm still hurt?
No, with you sitting still, you're feeling okay. Like at this moment in time, you feel fine.
Let's head back to town at least.
Okay.
Okay. You start to walk away, and you can feel the same kind of pain sensation in your arm. And now you can see your arm flexing and twisting, and like it's just like warping. Before it was moving slightly, and now you can see it like jerking in his grasp, like hanging from the rope. And then you see eventually its thumb rips off, and you see something sprouting from within coming out of their thumb.
Should we
Whoa.
burn this?
We probably.
And then I'm just gonna burn it.
Okay, that's probably not the worst idea. You throw it on there and just produce flames, and it lights a flame after just a few seconds, and you keep producing flame, and you can see it start to burn and like react violently, and it's just like a fucking mess at this point. And in your mind, in Curie's mind, you hear this like faint, very faint, almost unable to hear it, screaming. There is this screaming coming from within your mind that just it comes from nowhere, and it's just barely audible. It's not enough to be like super upsetting, but it's noticeable.
You guys hear that?
No. I hear fire. That's about it.
I hear screaming.
You got PTSD?
I mean, he didn't scream when we cut his arm off, so I don't know.
No, I'm talking about like past adventures as well. I mean,
I didn't hear it until you started burning the arm.
So maybe a delayed reaction? I mean, you were unconscious for a long time, so...
Okay, so you continue just burning it and burning it and burning it. It's at this point it's still jutting around, but it's just turning to char, and the skin is peeling away. And when it finally gets down to it, you can see that the skeletal system of your arm is no longer like normally it'd be like a just a bone white, like it's just like real pearly white with some blood on it, but it is now this jagged, misshapen, dark color that cracks because of the heat, and this weird kind of like purple hue comes from within it. And you just feel dread. Like, Curie, you feel just this overwhelming sense of just negativity and just this horrible sensation just washing over you as you're watching a part of you burn. And you're still not, like, compelled to do anything, but you just feel like shit.
I need to sit down.
It's probably for the best, to be perfectly honest.
Anything else from you
I'm
guys?
just gonna keep burning.
At this point, there's no flesh left. It's just a weird skeletal form that's cracking. Like, it's...
Are you still hearing screaming?
Yes.
We.
Keep burning. Keep burning.
You sit there, and who's around Curie right now as she's burning this?
I
I'd
am.
be alright.
He's sit down. Where are you guys in relation to him? He's sitting down, just like sitting on the floor, just in the dirt.
Probably in front of him.
Okay.
I'd be on his left.
Okay, go ahead and Roderick, roll me a perception check then.
Alright. +1. Nope, I got a 6.
It's you. God damn it! How?
Can I try again?
No. Fuck.
Damn it.
You're just kind of sitting there watching the fire burn. This will work. You're starting to feel this weird sensation in your shoulder blades. Like you're starting to kind of hurt. Like your arm, which is gone and a burnt nub is there, feels fine, but something in your back is starting to hurt.
I want to look behind me, see if there's anything like pressing on me.
There's nothing there. When you turn, go ahead and see it. Give me a perception check.
15.
As he turns to look back, his back is just exposed enough where you can see that on his back, about where his shoulder blades are, there are 2 things jutting away from him.
Oh.
Like it's putting
Wait.
like little. He's basically pitching a tent in his back.
Oh my god, Curie. You're back.
Okay. It hurts.
Yeah, no, it definitely doesn't look good. Roderick, do you see this by any chance?
You absolutely all see it now. It's very
Alright,
clear.
would have taken off your shirt, Kitty.
I'm gonna
Wait.
stop burning for a second.
Okay, you pull it off, and immediately you see just a grisly thing. So there's blood pooling down his back, streams of blood, coming from about the size of baseballs. These black obsidian shards jutting away from his back. You can see them slowly growing more and splitting more of his skin. It looks a lot worse than it feels. It's uncomfortable, but it looks horrifying. I mean, you can see complete tears of skin down his back where it is just forced room for itself and split him open. It is a gruesome sight.
The way this looks, it looks like we're mining.
Maybe we
I'm
should pour
sorry,
holy
but I'm not-
water on it. Maybe that'll help.
Wait, you have holy water?
I can bless water. That's the thing, right?
You can try.
I'm gonna try and bless the skin.
Alright, roll me a religion check.
Religion. 14.
What prayer do you use to bless this water? Go ahead and give it to us. If it's really good, I might give you advantage.
In the name of the Father, Spirit, bless this water and vanquish all evil.
Yeah, you're not getting any advantage from it, but yeah, go ahead and pour the water on him.
Okay, I'm pouring the water.
It washes the blood away, and it feels like your pants are wet now. You were sitting in a puddle.
Well, I think that helped.
It doesn't feel any better.
Oh.
And as you're all watching, you can see they both, at the same time, jut 3 inches further out of his back, and it just splits more skin. As you can see, the wounds are crawling over his shoulders, all branching from this horrific sight.
I don't think I can burn this away.
Burn him away.
Yeah. Can I just
No. No.
Curie, would you mind if I just like burn the tips a little bit? See if that does anything.
Hey, sure.
Okay, I'm just gonna
Go
burn
ahead.
at like the sides so that I'm not angled towards him, and I'm just gonna
Okay.
burn just the top.
Well, produce flames just in your palm, so you can face him and not like it's not a flamethrower. But either way, it's
Okay,
fine.
yeah.
But you're doing it just at the tip, as far away as you possibly can. You produce flame in your hand; it's flickering, and you slowly move your hand closer and closer until the flames engulf the tip, and then all at once he screams. There's this blood-curdling scream in
I
not
thought-
his voice that opens up a hole in his chest as an obsidian shard, taking up the whole center of his chest, explodes at him, sends blood flying on anyone who's in front of him, and it's about a foot-long shard. And the scream was not his own. It didn't hurt you too bad.
Okay.
Oh my god, what are we doing?
Is there something inside of you?
Seems like it might be.
You're relatively calm for this entire
Yeah.
endeavor. I don't exactly like this.
I mean, I don't feel anything.
That's not true.
I-
You feel it. It's just not that bad. It's like almost an irritant more than anything. It's not pain. It's just like that's fucking annoying. Like
I'm
I mean,
not
it's
one.
not-
I'm not one for religion, but I'm honestly thinking about praying for you.
Yeah, Eris is praying at voice. Like, fuck.
anything besides talking to people that I won't voice. Anybody got a plan? He's sitting here. The whole front of him is drenched in blood now. This thing sprouted from his chest. There are deep, gushing blood cuts coming from the wound that split up towards his neck and around his ear, down towards his chest, all over his abdomen. It's bad. Again, he doesn't feel bad, but it looks morbid.
What do we do, Curie? You're the healer.
Yeah, I've never dealt with anything like this before.
How far are we from the witch's house?
Oh, far. Like if you went on foot, it'd be hours. If you got him to the airship and took him to your little airship, what was it? I think like 2-3 hours by airship. It'd take you probably a day or more to get there on foot.
How long does it take us to get back to the academy?
Probably like 5 hours ish, 4 or 5 hours.
Damn.
What do we do, guys?
Do we have to go find like? This didn't start happening until oh shit, no, because the hand started growing, the black obsidian shards or whatever they were when
What
I
if
got
we-
down there.
What
But
if we destroy the stone? I don't know.
what if it was housing something?
So, the
Hmm,
moment she
maybe-
says destroy the stone, that sounds like a bad idea, Curie. You don't like that plan.
Maybe it's not the stone. Maybe it's the black goo. I mean, I did get some on my finger.
Yeah, but that snake literally curled around the stone, and then this didn't start happening until the stone. You touched it.
I mean, it could have taken some time to absorb into my finger. I mean, it did. You did have to cut off my hand or my arm, so like clearly that's where it started from.
Well, the thing is though, it was covering your entire back. It wasn't covering your chest.
Yeah.
Maybe. I mean,
That-
yeah, and I have a spike growing onto my back. Maybe it went through my body and started through the chest. Now there's a big spike in the back.
And as you're kind of pleading your case, you hear this voice, the most rational voice you've ever heard in your life. Don't let him go back. No. Keep them away.
I really
Let's-
think
let's-
it's the stone, guys.
Let's go back to the academy and figure this out.
No.
But we still have a. All right. We need to figure this out because this is not right. This is more pressing than the town in which we can deal with when we come back.
We,
Right.
I think that what we need to do is we need to head back. We need to figure out what's going on with Kiri, get everything out first. But this whole shard stuff that's happening to him is not good at all. Especially what happened to his arm, considering that you burned that away.
And about this time, Kiri, you feel the compulsion to stand up and start heading to the ship. It's time to leave.
I will do that.
Okay.
Guys, we can't just take him to the academy. He's literally sprouting fucking rocks.
They
Yeah.
have better resources than we do.
But if it took this short of a time for this to happen to you, what's going to happen within 5 hours?
We'll be fine. I feel it.
I don't know about that.
Is it contagious? I mean,
Still walk the ship.
Yeah,
I
you're
think
heading
this
that way.
is the stone.
considering I carried him, I'm probably gonna get infected with this stuff too.
Kiri, as you're walking away,
Prestidigitation your whole body.
it takes like 30 seconds because you have to do it like at a certain range, but you scrub him real good. Kiri, you're walking away, and you look at your palm, and you can see that your palm has kind of split in several places, and your skin is falling away, and what is beneath it are these jagged bone-like obsidian points, and it just seems all right. That's all right by you. This is fine.
I'm going to tuck it into my shirt and just
Yeah.
keep walking.
Roderick, I really don't think we should go back to the academy.
No, but one of us does need to go back and explain what's going on.
So at this point, while you all sit and talk, Kiri disappears to the tree line.
Oh
Well,
shit!
He's probably heading to the airship, guys.
Yeah, we should go catch up with them. We shouldn't leave them.
I thought we were all still walking. I thought that.
No one said anything. He walked off, and you guys were talking about how we shouldn't leave. So he walked off, and he entered the tree line out of view.
The bones are still on the ground, right?
Yeah, the really fucked up.
I'm gonna start burning them again.
No, stop burning it. Let's
We
go.
gotta go catch up. We can't do this anymore. Let's just go. But I do think it's the rock. We were going through the tunnel.
Then why don't we go back and burn it?
I don't know, because we might not have time.
And then,
we-
as you're again bickering about what needs to be done, in the tree line, beyond what you can see, you hear this scream, this solid, just come echoing through the woods towards you.
All right.
Okay, let's go.
I'm
gonna
just
start
hauling
sprinting.
ass.
Again,
Yeah.
not in Kiri's voice though.
Wait,
I'm just
did
gonna
that
haul
happen when I
ass.
was burning it, or
No, you never burn it.
Okay.
It totally just stopped.
let's go.
You guys go sprinting through the woods, and you're going through them, and after a little bit, you come to the clearing where the airship is, and there is a person you don't know, just on the edge of Rose Lake, who looks like from about his Adam's apple down to about his navel has been split clean down the center and spread open. And his guts are all over the ground as he's laying on his back, just dead.
I don't like this.
Wait, that's not Kiri, right?
It is not Kiri. It is some villager from Rose Lake.
I am just gonna start sprinting towards the.
You can see the airship. Everyone roll me your perception check, except for Kiri.
All right.
It was so close to being an 18, but it's a 5.
10.
What was it? 13.
You're seeing a lot of people are screaming and running into their homes and slamming the doors, and there's no like armed force here. Like, I don't think these people own a single weapon amongst them, maybe a pitchfork or a shovel. So they are fleeing. You see the horse, the horse mayor comes right up to us. What is happening?
I don't know. Where is Kiri?
I don't even know who that is.
I'm
The-
gonna start
the
looking for
tiefling.
Kiri.
I don't know who that is. And just like starts like he's trotting in place, like really freaked the fuck out. He's a spooked horse.
I'm gonna do perception check to see if I can find Kitty.
You've already done that with no luck.
I'm gonna go to the airship.
Okay. You go to the airship and you're there, and you hear this kind of weird sound, and it's this kind of crunching sound. It's quite loud because of how far away you are, and you determine that it's coming from one of the nearby homes, and it's this loud cracking sound. It's very loud, but it's subtle because of how far you are from it.
I'm going to it.
Everyone heading that way?
Yeah.
Okay. You start to head that way, and it's getting louder and louder as you can hear, getting closer to it, the sounds of what sounds like flesh just being ripped. And there's no sounds beyond the cracking of bones and the tearing of flesh.
I'm gonna barge right in.
Okay. You just give me a strength check. I mean, I almost guarantee you can push this little shitty door over, but
17 plus 3.
yeah, you shoulder charge this door, and you hit the door, and it splinters inward. And all you see as you enter is this black obsidian face look up at you. It has jagged chin and 2 large points at the top of its head that look like it had grown almost like big horns in place of something maybe else. And it has these big obsidian wingspan that covers almost the entire wingspan of the room. And it looks at you and just goes... And
I don't like that at all.
that is where we are going to end this session. So, good job, guys. I don't really know what you've done. I don't think it's good.
No, I don't think so either.
So,
I think we caused a, break.
it's something, all right. But good job, guys. Well,
Fuck.
I think we caused the beginning of hell.
yeah,
I
it's
think you're
not
dead, Dylan.
I hope.
good. Well, we will have to wait and see you next time. Good job, guys.
I will have to double check to see if it has a missing arm.